Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and you can't move a muscle. Start to hear footsteps and then whispering in your ear. Then you look down to the foot of your bed and see a face. That in a nutshell is sleep paralysis, and it affects a ton of people worldwide, including myself. Here's a game about it. It may potentially trigger seizures for people with... In this game, you play as Thomas, who begins to experience sleep paralysis. Your wife, Julie, is away on vacation, which you didn't go to because you're afraid of planes. Everything you do in this game leads up to one final decisive decision that will either net you a positive or negative outcome. But first we get home from work and then make ourselves something to eat. That's just takeout. After that we have a choice to either watch TV or go work on our website. We decide it's probably a better idea to do some work. Once we finish, it's simple as shower and then go to bed. Shower. This is where we have our first experience with sleep paralysis. 15%? So, do I want it to be at 0%? Oh, well, hello. What's going on? How are you, sleep paralysis demon? So yeah, that is one of our sleep paralysis demons. Surprisingly enough, we actually recognize her. Turns out it was an ex-girlfriend named Alice whom we were in an abusive relationship with. But we can't ponder on that for too long because we gotta get up for work tomorrow. So we get up and leave for work. While at work, we talk to one of our friends, Jack, and tell him about our experience. He explains it to us as sleep paralysis, so we decide to do some research. I feel pretty qualified to speak on sleep paralysis as it's something I used to deal with nightly. Basically, you can't move because your body thinks you're still asleep, and you start to experience either visual or audio illusions. Something that can usually be fixed by just having better sleep habits. Anyways, Thomas goes back to sleep, and we have our second. Well, that's creepy. I don't like mannequins. Mannequins suck. Hiya. See to close eyes? We follow the advice we saw online to close our eyes, and it seems to work. But back to sleep because we got work. At work, we talk to our friend Jack again, and then decide to go out for drinks after work. Because of this, we get home a little bit later than usual, and really just have time to do more research. While researching sleep paralysis, we come across a study that was done. It involved 12 patients, 11 of which experienced psychotic episodes following their sleep paralysis. The one patient who was able to move past it claimed that she was only able to do so because she made the right choices during her darkest hour. We decide to step outside and get some fresh air before heading to bed once again. However, this time when we wake up, something feels off. We can move, but things are definitely wrong. Oh, that's creepy. So yeah, we're kind of in what seems to be a nightmare. This leads us to Chapter 4, Preparations, 140 minutes before a big decision. Instead of going down that long hallway with all the mannequins, I decide to go into this room instead. We find a very useful and straightforward note that tells us to find a VHS. But before we do that, we turn this painting and find a secret portal. Now, where could this portal lead to, you might ask? Well, the bathroom, naturally. But we come back and find the tape in this cabinet, and of course play it. Ooh, VHS! Found it! On the tape, we see someone going into a door on the right, only to come across, well, some sort of demon child. All we can really do now is go down the hallway with all the mannequins. And make it into this pretty familiar looking room. On this table we find a bunch of different light sources and a key card. The note tells us that we should only take one light source and that we should leave the key card because we won't need it later, so that's what we do. And of course, we don't go into the room on the right because why would we go to the demon child? Instead, going to this room on the left, I know it's in that room. I don't want to go into that room.
About
Where there are 3 doors we can choose to go into. We also find a note telling us to take as many items as possible and the key card. So yeah, I don't really know what to do. Outside of all these doors are pictures, kind of explaining which nightmare it is to go into. And also, I do check out the other room. There was nothing in there. Eventually, we decide to go into the room on the left, which is about Thomas's fear of flying.
take off
And
landing.
frankly, after what I'm about to see,
Little
I kind of understand where Thomas is coming from.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt light. Please take your seat and...
As we enter the plane, the only thing we can really do is enter our seat. There's no... Just close your eyes, buddy. Can I close my eyes? Just close your... We have a pretty shaky takeoff, and my anxiety gets far too high and end up passing out. After waking up, best course of action is to go vomit, make ourselves feel a little bit better, I guess. Then we take our seats again to experience some really bad turbulence. After that, something smells a little off, so we check the back and, well, there's a bunch of smoke everywhere. To calm our nerves about the engine burning, we decide to watch this video of a plane crashing. You got a better idea? But yeah, anyway, the main gameplay mechanic of this level is to just go through this portal multiple times. Each time, we get to experience a different part of the plane crashing.
Please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is
Sure.
underneath the seat in front of you or in the
It is.
overhead bins. Thank you.
Next section is just of the plane going down. The one after that is the plane, well, being underwater from what I can tell. After this, however, instead of another portal, we get a camera and a choice. We find 2 notes, one telling us to figure out what's happening, and the other telling us to just leave, because if we try to figure out what's happening, we might wake a demon. Due to the fact that I'm no coward, I decide to leave the plane immediately and go back to this room. Alright, cool. Next up, we have Alice.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, Alice. What's up? Oh, hey.
It's been a while, my love. I missed you so much. And I know you are confused. But don't worry, my love. It all will make sense.
With a lack of options, we decide to sit down and listen to what Alice wants to ask us. She wants us to go to the basement and get a picture of us and Zoe. Hey. So we head to the basement, get a little bit of backstory on our relationship, and after a puzzle and a short maze, we get the drawing. We also decide to go to the back of the maze and open this secret room to get a key, which will come in very handy later. After getting out of the maze, avoiding whatever is making this noise, we go back upstairs, where Alice wants us to burn the painting of us and
Did
Zoe.
you bring the picture?
But instead of doing that, we replace her picture with ours, and then immediately leave the room using the key to unlock that door. Really glad we got that. After that, we kind of have to explore this dungeon area. It's pretty simple, we just have to pull these different levers in order to open a trapdoor. Now you may be wondering, what could possibly be under the dungeon of a sleep paralysis demon? A library, of course. Now, I think I spent more time in this library than playing the rest of the game. We have to find a grouping of 5 books and pull the middle one to open a trapdoor, and admittedly, and a little embarrassingly, I was down here for so long. So long, in fact, the candles literally burned out. But I do eventually find it, and we go down. Under the library basement of the dungeon of the sleep paralysis demon is just this really weird room. Should I go through the portal? Heads. Oh god! What the absolute fuck? Oh god. Hey Alice. There ended up being nothing down here, so through the portal we go and back to this room. Now the final area is probably the creepiest. The night in the warehouse. This area is based off those dolls we saw earlier, which happened to be from a horror movie that Thomas saw when he was young. First thing we have to do is go to this room and get a key code by answering a survey. No. 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 Yes. No. 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 After getting the code, we decide to watch another VHS. Let's play this, because why not? Yes? Is there a reason for the increase in horror music? I guess so. That fucking child again. Good thing I don't know where that is. Or I'd be worried right now. Anyways, we finally enter the storage area of the warehouse. It pretty much just plays like a maze and is pretty easy to get through. And then, of course, we see more mannequins. Here we find notes telling us about a program called the Uncanny Valley Initiative. Basically a bunch of scientists trying to create the scariest thing possible. Next we try to go through this door, but unfortunately it closes and we have to turn the power off in order to get through it. But not before turning this painting and finding more lore. Quick explanation on the Uncanny Valley, it's the idea that something is the creepiest when it's so close to being a human, but just slightly off. And these scientists decided that the best way to make these dolls creepy was to give them human emotions. But anyway, we make it back through this maze, getting jump scared a little bit. Bro, fuck you! Okay, a lot. And then turn off the power so we can make it back through the maze and through the door, which we need a key code, which we need the power on for, and to go back to the computer, so we go through the maze again. And take another survey. Past childhood trauma or something. We're dying in this place, would you mind? Yeah, I'd say so. We then get our code, turn the power back off, go through the maze again, this time it being a bit creepier. What? Well, this is creepy. Holy shit, you are large. Oh, they're all gone. But we make it, put in the code, which opens up the exit, which we have to go through the maze again. Insanity's getting kind of high. I'm gonna take one of these. Oh, you love meds. You're in my way. Oh, this is Man, that was a whole long build-up for a whole lot of nothing. After we enter the exit, though, we're met with not being able to move, which is kind of an issue. It's not working. The C button is not working. You know what? I don't want to close my eyes. I want to see what's going to happen. Show it to me. Do it. I dare you. I ain't afraid. Come on, bring it. Bring the jump scare. Come on. Come on. Luckily, closing our eyes works and we're able to move again. Instead of entering the exit though, we decide to go through this door with a big arrow on it, which brings us back to the computer room. In fact, trapping us in there so that we can take another survey. Would I avoid sleep paralysis if I had the choice? Yes. I think reckless behavior is a good strategy here. Probably not. Can we yourselves be reckless? Not really. Are you afraid of death? No. Would you mind if you died in this place? Yes. These contradicting statements. Oh, were those two of my answers? No, they're not. I'm not afraid of death. There are places I prefer to die. Questions a third time? Yeah, it was a solid idea. 6601. Your next task is to die. I refuse. Yeah, we should not have come back. But we make it back around and back into this room. Luckily here, we're almost at the end, with only 60 minutes until our big decision. In this room, we come across a note basically saying, hey, hope you have that key card, which of course we don't. Go up the stairs? Not really. We have to make our way through this warehouse and eventually find a portal. And the portal leads us into this weird white version of our house, really low texture. And to get into the room to end the game, we need a key card. It was at this point I was thinking that I really messed up. Luckily, I saw these photos and noticed that the paintings on the floor were similar to the paintings in the drawing, so I picked them up and put them where they had to go. Each time the house slowly going back to normal. After putting the final picture back on the wall, the door to my room opened. Next to my bed was 2 notes, one saying to keep my eyes open during the next paralysis and one telling me to close them. Before going to bed though, I noticed one more drawing and I put it back on the wall. This put the house back completely to normal, and I'm not sure if this really mattered for the end, but I'd like to think it did. But well, the only thing to do now is to go to sleep and make that crucial decision. It's time for the finale. We end up waking up outside and have to take this super long walk back to our house. I mean, this went on for like minutes. This was really I hope nothing bad happens while I'm going there. But we eventually make it and go back upstairs to our room and go to sleep in order to face our demons one last time. Because at this point, I made the decision I would not close my eyes. Oh, you were creepy. Is the issue. Oh, except look over there. Anxiety is going hella up. Oh, hey, you look familiar. What's up, Alex? How are you? I will face you. What's up, guys? What's going on? Not doing it. Not close my eyes. Not gonna do it. Do not close my eyes during this sleep paralysis. Oh, hey, you. Welcome. Not close my eyes. Go away. Oh, I'm stuck at, look at that. Look at that. I'm at 87% and dropping. It's over. Well, that's pretty much the game. After going back to sleep and then waking up, I grabbed my diary and write down what had just transpired. The last thing I need to do before ending the game is getting in my car and going to pick Zoe up from the airport. I'd say overall this game was pretty good. It had some scary moments. My only complaints I'd say was music being a bit too loud, and the game did get tedious at times, but I think that's most games. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to check out more from me. There should be 2 videos on the screen now, so check out one of those. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. With a lack of options, we decide to listen to what Alice has to fuck!